This right here is how we recorded a Grammy-nominated metal song.
Get on your knees and bow down.
Day 37.
I feel like I look like it's day 37.
You come out, what's the hardest shit you can say?
I'm getting hit so hard with the line that like in the hole it's like, get on your knees and bow down.
I questioned if some of the lyrical choices we were making here were going to work for I Prevail or not.
Bow down, bow down, bow down.
I remember we were on a writing trip in LA. We were working with Tyler a lot.
About to crush it.
You were on like kind of a Mick Gordon kick at that point, like Into the Doom soundtrack. This for us was like a pretty pivotal song in terms of like where we were going to take that record. I don't think we saw a lot of that Doom type trend coming into the band world in terms of taking that tonality and bringing it into rock and metal music. The thing that makes this riff special right away is just the pitch bending guitar. That's really the heart of the main riff, you know? And like you hear that transition over here into, and then we go into this lo-fi. It's kind of an open one type riff. We found every octave to hit in there. You know, it's what we're all trying to do is make open and one riffs cool still. This lo-fi riff right here was the first nugget of an idea that we honed. Then I think we were searching for something a little more inviting than that.
It was something that enticed you to keep listening to the song rather than being hit with the riff right away. Kind of leaving a little bit of mystery until you hit right here.
Get on your knees and bow down.
I was always questioning that pause right in the middle of the riff. To me, it broke your momentum right away. When I heard you bring that flow to that structure of the music, I literally was like, holy shit.
It clicked.
Coming out of Lifeline, everything we were doing in your world was a little more in the box as we were kind of finding our heavy sound. And this was like the first time we let the cage door open.
Yeah.
Live show, this starts playing off stage.
Right.
Crowd instantly loses their mind. Stage is dark. You come out, what's the hardest shit you can say? If you were like right here.
Get on your knees and bow down.
I remember talking about trying to have reckless energy when recording some of these heavy parts where it wasn't just like hit the mark. It was like, just go.
This is just a different Eric than anybody had heard. We just let all the walls kind of come down.
Let the beast out of the cage.
Now there's no putting them back. But there's another, honestly, dude, I think this layer is super special. I think you more feel it than hear it, but like it's this kind of like tonal line you did.
Get on your knees and bow down.
Really wanted to try putting a little bit of tone into it to give it something that stood out a little bit than just a wild scream.
It's almost like a subconscious way to put melody into just really heavy parts. But when you play them together, it gets really, really compelling.
Get on your knees and bow down.
And then we're just right into the verse.
What's up, all don't quit, don't ever fight, 'cause I'm on another level that you'll never reach.
Going into this next part is just where our real mindset on this song shows itself, where we're like, okay, we're trying to make responsible song choices, but we're like, no, we're just gonna put a breakdown in the first verse.
You got nothing from me.
Honestly, for us at that time, we had never done a syncopated, super fast kick part quite like that.
Nothing like that.
Dude, I remember working on some of these guitar tones. Like really scratchy and fried.
Oh, yeah.
We would sit there and try to get takes with so much scrape where the pick would be angled like vertically against the string.
It may not be something you hear on the first 5 to 500 listens, but you're gonna feel it every time.
500th listen, we got you, dude.
You will never know it's the price I pay. Look into my eyes, we are not the same. Now this is where you fall apart. Yeah, this is where you break.
I vividly remember being in Alger, which was a house we rented to record a bunch of
the middle of the
drum
woods.
in mid-Michigan, you know, probably about that area.
Somewhere about there, yeah.
For you other Michiganders using your homemade map. I remember being in the basement, sitting in a circle with like the 4 of us, and Brian pretty much sang that melody like as you hear it right there.
Go ahead, no, it wasn't even trim it. You just go.
Right. But I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Like belting it. He was just like feeling it. Maybe some lyric refinements happened, but like he's saying this chorus pretty much as you hear it, like just like this, and everybody's like, wow. I mean, some melodies just have that thing, you know, and I feel like Brian's just a phenomenal melody writer, and he found it with this one. We just hammer layers until like you take these like really commonly used progressions, you know, you just have to keep layering until it feels special in some way.
Speaking of special, I want to go back to the main riff, the chorus bed, just putting that little riffy part in the middle of the chorus.
Oh, yeah. We're kind of playing with those rhythms and the part we just came out of, and we keep using them like in the bridge and stuff like that. So just like a good cohesion to the song.
I think also coming up with that tagline was huge.
Dude, I'm getting hit so hard with the line that like in the hole it's like, get on your knees and bow down.
I'm with it, dude. Something like that is so cocky, man.
Without the line, like we didn't even have a song. We needed this really powerful 2 1-syllable words to fit perfectly in that pocket.
Who let the dogs out?
Finding that was a huge moment in the song.
I think just the words were great themselves, but that whole lead up line needed to be 10 out of 10.
Get on your knees and bow down.
Okay, so let's take a look at the second verse here.
You better recognize. You wanna talk that shit? Time to back it up.
Just has that like hardcore feel to it, you know? Is that how you would describe it?
Hardcore, OG hardcore, beat down. It's just very where I grew up. Having a breakdown in a second verse, it's like, where do we go from here?
I do remember starting with this call out line, right? Coming out of the chorus. I know this was one we debated a lot.
You better recognize.
Like, it's just hard to find those lines. I think I was probably wrong in how I looked at this part. I questioned if some of the lyrical choices we were making here were gonna work for I Prevail or not. We tried neutering the line some more.
If you want to talk shit, time to back it up. That is my real issue.
That's cool, man.
Yes!
See, I'll settle on that.
Did it. What is it right now?
If you want to talk bad shit, time to back it up. If you want to talk shit, time to back it up.
They just got worse. It's just like you just either have to make the decision that you're gonna do it 100% or you have to go a different route. I think I actually said at one point, over my dead body. Will that line stay in the song? So, you know, sometimes you get the bow down line, but you're just completely wrong on something else. Now, do you remember about that line?
I do.
I remember being in the last house that we worked in, like up against the deadline, and we're like, we love the whole song, but nobody liked that line.
Yep.
Like, we're just like, we will beat that line.
Hours on it.
And it is funny to see like some of the things we sweat in the moment. It's just like nobody cares. Like it's like it's fine.
It's a speck of time on this 4-minute song. No one's paying that much of attention to one little thing.
The day we found this layer was just like, oh man, this part it just became really special. Just super weird pattern to put over like this kind of like standard time. But yeah, the whole part kind of unfolds like this.
When you hit, I remember you showed me, you hit that low note, I just gave the ultimate sign of approval from a metalhead. What do you think of what?
Okay, well, you want to talk a little about the bridge?
Yeah, let's hop to the bridge.
Have you ever had a try? Would you fight for it? Would you go to war? Would you die for it? So now we'll take my stand. Now we'll make you say that if you say forgiveness, you get nothing from.
This transition was so well constructed to me to have you come in over the top before the downbeat like that. We do a bar of 2 here. So we have to do some, because why not? And we have to do some odd time, you know. And to like put that on the, you know, the upbeat essentially just like gave it so much energy. We had tried it multiple ways. And just, I love this whole band build section. Just these 2 layers, really. Yeah.
Forgiveness, you get nothing from.
And then we do the thing. right, let's start there. More energy felt better in this breakdown, but we couldn't do like a double time thing or anything really like fundamentally changing the beat, so we just added syncopation. We'll squeeze more out of not actually playing a note than anybody else. Just hand noise.
You get nothing from me. You get nothing from me.
That one's not as strong to me.
So one of the other ones.
Yeah, that one I heard that one had like.
Okay.
So like we go super halftime there.
Yep.
There's a really cool
Oh yeah.
that like unfiltering effect. Everything has that extra little punch to it, you know, which I feel like this song needed to like keep its persona almost.
You get nothing from me.
These vocals were really the first time that I put some very beefy layers underneath it. Try to emulate some deathcore, if I may, into
You
some of
may,
our stuff.
yeah, you may.
You get nothing from me.
That's real. I can attest. That was a one take. To start that low and end that high just is a really impressive just range.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's
Don't let it go to your head. For you, it's
taking a little practice.
we need to bring this back to the chorus in some way, but a whole third chorus didn't feel right.
No, it just felt like too obvious. We played it so against the rules thus far. Why go to end the song with something safe?
Holy shit, that was good.
And there she is.
There she is. That's all it takes to write a Grammy-nominated song.
Just write your song in the key of fuck, and
This
You
wasn't
got
the key
it.
of fuck.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys.